Yo, guys, it's your boy Chris Lether. Welcome back to another video, and today we be matchmaking the winners and the losers of UFC 328. Let's get right into it. The winners of the evening: Sean Strickland fucking fraud checked Hamzat's cardio. I told everyone, they called me a madman. Hamzat lost his title. Sean Strickland is the new champion. They're gonna run it back. Hamzat has stated that he's not going to take another fight until he gets that rematch. I mean, it was a close fight. You could argue a robbery. I saw clearly 3-2 Sean. Why not? I mean, Hamzat clearly was affected by a weight cut, even though I don't like Hamzat. I think he was very clearly affected by the weight cut. Both of them are going to take a while off. Both of them have broken faces. I think both have a broken nose. Hamzat was originally saying he wanted to move up, but I think he wants to avenge his loss, and I think because of how dominant he was, they are going to give him that rematch, and they're going to make Amavov sit in the corner like a good little cuck. So yeah, good job, Sean Strickland. He now has two of the biggest upsets of all time. But I think they're going to run this rematch. Hamzat wants it in Abu Dhabi. I think they're going to probably do it in America. Joshua Van beat the fraud allegations. I was so confident Tyra was going to win. He fucked up Tyra. The only option is a Pantoja rematch. And I think he could beat Pantoja. I'm still favoring Pantoja because I think Pantoja's style of jiu-jitsu is much different from Tyra's. I think he has a lot better ground and pound, and I think Tyra is a much more better submission threat. I think the ground and pound will affect Joshua Van. And I would favor Pantoja, but I mean, Pantoja never lost the title. He broke his arm, or he dislocated his arm. It's just a clear rematch. They basically confirmed it after the fight in the post-fight interview. You got to make the fight. I mean, you can't make Volkov take another fight. I will not stand here and say he needs another fight. Yes, he's going to have to wait out for at least a year, because he has to wait for the Cyril Gane-Pereira fight. And then he has to wait for the Pereira-Organ versus Aspinall match. And then he can get whoever is the champion at the end of that. I think he beat Cyril Gane in where he got robbed blatantly. He's on a massive win streak. It would be like an 8-fight win streak if he hadn't gotten robbed. He clearly deserves a title shot. He just beat Waldo. And I think he's fine with waiting out. And honestly, I wouldn't like to see him in the ring again because he is a boring fighter. But he is one of my favorite fighters. I like his personality. You give him a title shot, it's only fair. I'm not going to talk about this too much because I talked about it in my last video. If you want to hear me speak about this, go watch my UFC Perth matchmaking. JDM just got brutally fraud checked by Carlos Prates. He's fighting down. Sean Brady just won. He needs to fight up. It makes sense. And you want to give JDM someone that's not going to beat him up like Prates did. King Green deserves a ranked opposition. He deserves to be in the rankings. Give him Beneil. Why not? I mean, King Green is on a 3-fight win streak, 3-fight finishing streak? No, 2-fight finishing streak. His striking has looked better than ever. He has improved grappling. He finally is implementing it on a regular basis. And Beneil, Beneil has a chance against Bobby. He could out-wrestle Bobby. And it's not going to go against some young buck that's going to fucking send him into the nether realm as per usual. Atiba should fight someone actually talented. He's been fighting cans his entire career. I heard him call out Israel Adesanya. I actually think Atiba would knock out Israel Adesanya, but that's on Izzy. I think a normal Izzy would just stay at range and pick Atiba apart. Give him the Iron Turtle. I don't know his actual name. Give Atiba the Iron Turtle, someone that's incredibly durable, incredibly crafty, a good striker, a good grappler. And he's a known name. He's a much higher opponent than Ozzy Diaz. I think this is a fun fight to make. And I think Pike could win. But I think Atiba would fraud check him. I think Atiba would knock this dude out cold. Yaroslav Amazov deserves to fight someone in that top 5 after what he just did to Joel Alvarez. I think he's number 11 now. I was going to give him Joaquin Buckley, But I think the loser of Gabriel Bonfirm versus Bilal Muhammad will be Bilal. And I think this is a good matchup for him. I think, striking wise, you can show a little bit more character in his striking because he won't have to fear Joel's striking. The grappling would be really entertaining. I mean, I think both of them are fun. No, well, Bilal's not fun at all, but I think Amazov's a great, fun grappler, and I think Bilal would get ragdolled by him, and I want to see Bilal lose as many fights as possible. Grant Dawson should fight Mike Davis for a ranked fight. They're both just really boring grapplers. Grant Dawson nearly got knocked out cold by Rebecca, but I heard what happened to his unborn child, so RIP to that. Give him a fight that he's pretty much no risk of getting flatlined. And I would pick Mike Davis in this fight. I think Mike Davis' jiu-jitsu is a lot better than Grant Dawson's control. Jim Miller should fight another unk. Just give him unks at this point. You don't want to give him some young buck that's going to hurt him. He's old. He's 55 years old. He's, his arthritis is acting up. His shingles is acting up. Give him a fighter in Mike Johnson or Michael Johnson that is not really going to, style on him. Not going to, no young buck strength. Jim Miller could out-wrestle Mike Davis or Mike Johnson, and Michael Johnson could outstrike Jim Miller. It would be an entertaining fight. Two unks going at it is always fun. Roman Kopylov should fight the winner of Pereira versus Magomed. I just want to see the striking matchup, and Roman Kopylov is almost the exact same haircut as Shara, and I think Shara is going to beat Michelle Pereira. Roman versus Shara, winner gets a ranked fight. Why not? Pat Sabatini should be taken in the back and shot like Old Yeller. This dude's one of the most boring fighters of all time, but he is on a 4-fight win streak, and he does deserve a ranked opponent. Give him Patricio Pitbull. Pitbull could probably beat someone like Pat Sabatini. But honestly, bring a shank into the fucking ring. Bysangor Susakayev has lost his ability to be a minus 1,000. I think give him someone that gives him legitimate problems. Give him someone that is going to be a constant threat that won't just wilt away. I think Marc-Andre Barriute is a perfect test for Bysangor. I think he'd be like a minus 250 in this fight because people do respect Marc-Andre Barriute. Bysangor has, he just showboats way too much and he thinks he's way better than he is. I would book this fight. Oh my god, Jose Ochoa fucking brutalized Clayton Carpenter. You gotta give him a ranked opponent. Tagir Ulanbekov fights one time a year. He usually loses. Jose Ochoa would destroy Tagir Ulanbekov. They both have the common opponent in Clayton Carpenter. One was a lot more dominant over the other. And Jose Ochoa is just very talented, and I want to see him in the ranked. And everyone else above him or below him is either fighting towards the top 10 or has already had a fight booked. Tagir does not. Jose took no damage in that fight. He'll probably be back in a month or two. If Tagir is still in the flyweight division, book this fight. On to the losers. Tatsuya Taira got brutalized by Joshua Van. Very sad to see. It lost me a lot of money. Taira needs to fight down. Lohner needs to fight up. Everyone above Lohner is pretty much booked. The only one that's not booked currently is Brendan Royval. Lohner Kavanaugh is obviously, he beat Moreno. So did Tatsuya Taira. Manel and Kyoji's booked. Pantoja and Van is booked. Give Taira 3 months off. Have him fight in October, November against Lohner Kavanaugh. A very similar fight to the Joshua Van fight, but I think Tatsuya Taira could have a lot more success with the grappling against Lohner. Moving on. Waldo Cortez Acosta, win or lose, should fight Josh Hokett. They have beef. They clearly don't like each other. They've called out each other before. Josh Hokett wants to fight. I think Waldo has to fight down. Josh Hokett's definitely going to knock out Derek Lewis. They have that opponent in common. Just book this fight. And the winner of this could be lined up for the next title shot. Mike Malat should fight Joaquin Buckley. Just keep feeding Mike Malat wrestlers. No, keep feeding Joaquin Buckley wrestlers until he finally wins. His performance against Usman, his performance against Sean Brady has really disappointed me. I don't think you do him any favors. Give him Mike Malat, who deserves a step up in competition. He just knocked out Gilbert Burns. You book this fight. Neither of them have taken any damage in their fight. They could come back in like 2 months. Winner of this, advances in their career. And if Buckley loses, he could probably fucking lose his ranking spot. He's 0-3 in his last 3, so... Jeremy Stevens retired, I believe. I saw him take off his gloves, so happy retirement. Ozzy Diaz should get fed to another lion. Give him Mansur Abdul Malik on Malik's return. Malik is coming off of a brutal loss against Balguriev. Ozzy's coming off of a loss against another monster, Atiba. Just book this fight. It's like a mini Atiba versus Ozzy Diaz. Joel Alvarez should fight Carlos Leal. Joel's just outside the rankings in the welterweight division. Leal's coming off of a really fun fight against Shidi Nandkwani, Leal's just teetering on that unranked portion of the welterweight division. Book this fight. Winner of this could get another shot at being ranked, or in Leal's case, a shot to be ranked. Joel needs a momentum boost. He also needs someone that's not going to wrestle fuck him. Leal will not wrestle fuck him. This would be an incredibly fun striking fight, and I would favor Leal. Norillo Alvarez versus Mateusz Rebecki. Rebecki has some of the worst fight IQ I've ever seen. He got submitted by Grant Dawson by a choke that I've never seen before. It was a rear naked choke, but it was like a modified version. Aliev's coming off that win against Shamrock. He only fights once a year. He's a fantastic grappler. Pretty sound on the feet, too. I see you book this fight. Why not? Rebecki needs to be fed to another fucking wrestler. Jared Gordon disappointed everyone. I think everyone overestimated his ability in the ring. I think people thought that Paddy Pimblett fight was much better, but now that you look on it, Paddy Pimblett had one hand. Jared Gordon disappointed me. He got guillotined. I predicted that shit perfectly, but I still went with Jared Gordon. The only thing I said in favor of Jim Gordon was Jared Gordon fucking always loves to put his head in a guillotine, and Jim Miller loves his guillotine, so I was really worried about it, and he did exactly that. Give him Cowboy Fernandez, who needs another staple win after beating Harry Hardwick, who's been out for a while. Jared Gordon didn't take any damage. He didn't get out cold in the gilly. Book him against Cowboy. Marco Tulio deserves someone that will slaughter him. Give him Damian Piñas. William Gomez, give him another a slim, lanky, black fighter. Give him Luis Queta, who's coming off of a loss. Both of them coming off losses. Jorgen Santos should fight Andre Pachovsky, win or lose against Cody Brundage. And Clayton Carpenter should fight Luis Garule after he loses to Daniel Perez. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like my matchmaking choices, please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me below. Thank you for watching. Bye.